Russian President Vladimir Putin indicated a willingness to negotiate peace with Ukraine based on initial agreements from talks in Turkey. Russian President Vladimir Putin said that India, China and Brazil could act as mediators in potential peace talks over Ukraine. He said a preliminary agreement reached between Russia and Ukrainian negotiators in the first week of the war in Turkey, which was ultimately never implemented, could serve as the basis for these talks. Brian Thomas, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast to talk more about this. Brian, it's a big deal if Vladimir Putin, the aggressor here, is hinting towards, some sort of a middle path for Ukraine and Russia, and perhaps India and Brazil, he's also indicated, could intervene and make it happen.
Certainly, Vineet, there is a kind of a change especially after Prime Minister Modi has.
All right, there seems to be a problem with Brian's connection, but we have senior journalist Gautam Mukherjee also joining us on the broadcast. Gautam, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, what do you make of this? Is Vladimir Putin facing some sort of a pressure internally? He's for the first time appearing to be a little soft when it comes to negotiations between Ukraine and Russia. How do you read this?
I think he's seizing the initiative. He knows sooner or later this has to be a negotiated settlement, and he's appointed, if you like, the mediators before the West decides to similarly appoint various interlocutors which may be more favorable to their point of view. I don't think he expects an immediate settlement by way of any kind of arbitration or peace talks. He's also laid out a basis, which is the Istanbul talks, which failed, but there were certain things tabled, which was basically that Russia keeps the land it captures, and Ukraine does not join NATO and all of that.
All right.
So, So I think he's not, panicking or under pressure. That's not my impression. I think he is, facing the possibility and laying out his terms.
Gautam, let's also discuss Vladimir Putin has always expressed that, India could be, playing a pivotal role when it comes to these negotiations. How do you see that?
I think that's fine. India has always said that if we are invited, there is every reason for us to participate. I think when Modi went to visit Putin, this must have been discussed, which is one of the reasons why he subsequently went to Ukraine, where again this must have been discussed. So, it's not surprising at all. I think Modi's been anticipating this, and both sides are looking for Indian involvement.
All right. Gautam, appreciate you joining us. All right, Vladimir Putin indicating that there could be a middle way when it comes to the ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia, which has been going on for the better part of 2 years now. It started on the 24th of February in 2022 and continues to go on. Both the countries, of course, facing numerous problems as a result of this ongoing war. Vladimir Putin has indicated what is the solution and what is the way forward as well. Can India really help? Can the Prime Minister can the Prime Minister in fact sit with these two and figure out a way? Former diplomat Ambassador Achal Malhotra is joining us on the broadcast to talk more about this. Ambassador Malhotra, appreciate you joining us. I hope you can hear me, sir.
Yes, please go ahead. Good afternoon.
So peace talks between Russia and Ukraine. Vladimir Putin has, for the first time, leaned towards that. Do you think, A, that is something which can be looked as some sort of a thawing of tensions between the two? And B, can India do something here?
Well, we have to look at it like this. There was some peace talks in the very beginning of the conflict also, but they fell through. Nothing happened because America didn't want anything to do with peace in the very beginning of the conflict, because their objective was to turn Russia and so on and so forth. Now, Putin has, of course, spelled out his preference about the interlocutors. And I don't know whether these three interlocutors which he has mentioned would be acceptable to the other side. I mean, unless there is a composition with these three and a few from the other side, maybe we can look at it. But then again, there's a question of India and China sitting on the same table. When they are not able to resolve their own conflicts and all problems, sitting and doing it for Russia, that's another figure. So I think by available indication at this point of time, it looks slightly non-starter to me. I mean, this is my immediate reaction, a non-starter. But let's see how it develops. But I don't think it's going to be acceptable to the other side.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.